Trump because you have to really be over the top in order to get a little bit done.
What's your son? Democrat, Republican?
Are you kidding? He's a bleeding heart liberal.
A what?
He's a bleeding
What is
heart
that?
liberal.
A Democrat?
Yeah. Well, what else?
We're going to convert him.
Good luck.
Why do you keep saying that? You don't think I can do things?
Yeah, I don't want to say too much. This kid, he's sitting on over $100 million.
100 million. You ought to give 10%. I'll tell you what. Tell him to give it, and then we'll forgive him. Give us 10%.
He drives an old beat-up car. His girlfriend refused to ride with him in his car because she didn't like it. He probably got the first dime he ever earned.
Is he married?
No.
Excuse me, guys, can we stay on track? The profits here, the movies. Can you guys just give a statement, each one of you?
The profits?
No, just on why you're here. Just a quick statement.
Oh, is he, because we're rambling on.
Oh,
but that's
okay.
all right.
Yeah. Well, my reason for coming here was because of this man's stance politically. And because he came out, here, let me show you. In fact, I just had this made up, and I got a big kick out of it, all right? This was a photograph by Associated Press of Donald Trump and Sheriff Joe here together. And my team called Trump the Terminator. And I thought that was kind of funny. So I had this made up to show that. And this is really true, especially where it says, don't mess with us. And in my opinion, that's what we need. We need some strict law enforcement. You know, the law needs to be enforced. It needs to be the same for everybody. I just read a big article about the immigration laws of Mexico. And they are so tough and almost unbelievable, you'd have to really see it. And yet in our country, I just spoke with the head of Border Patrol, and they told me that they watch illegals come across the river soaking wet, and they have to ask them a few questions. One, are you a felon? You ever been convicted of a felony in Mexico? And they say no. And then they say, how long you been in this country? And they automatically say, since January of 2013, and they can't arrest them. They can't send them back. That is so crazy. It's unreal. I don't care what the hell country you're from. You're welcome here. You do it legally. You know, my parents, my people, took them 5 years to get their citizenship and all that they had to go through to make it legally. And now they're turning around and saying, you can't arrest illegal immigrants, and that is not a bias or a prejudice toward any group or any race.
Does that have something to do with the movie that you're making?
Yes, it has a lot to do with it. My movie is based on a true story about an undercover detective right here out of Arizona that infiltrated the Sonora drug cartel, got into the inner circle of El Chapo Guzman. The characters were real people, and the events really did happen, with a little creative liberty that I took to make the film more exciting. But yeah, it has a lot to do with it, and this man has more experience in those